Can I get your attention, please? Woo! Yo, you ready for this? Coming at you from Wicked Big Studios in Peabody, Massachusetts.
Ladies and gentlemen,
sit back, buckle up, because you're in the happy hour with your boy, King Hat.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the happy hour. We got a fantastic show for you this week, guys. It's a very special episode. I wanted to give a couple quick housekeeping notes just to let everybody know. Big D did make his way to the post office. All the packages for all the happy hour swag are out. We got about 15 packages went out today. They should be there within a couple of days, guys. Keep your eyes peeled for them. I will let you guys know this is a very big weekend. We got some live sports coming back to us, and I know that everybody's been itching for that. And like I said, without any further ado, I want to throw it right over here and introduce my guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Peabody's own Charles Rosa. Charles, welcome to the happy hour, brother.
What's up, man? Happy to be on. Actually driving up to Jacksonville now to my fight. So fight May 9th on ESPN. So pumped right now, just on a road trip. So ready to go.
We appreciate you taking the time and joining us from the car. I mean, this is fantastic, and I know that we're recorded right here live in Peabody. I mean, DJ Gravel actually made the opening from Peabody, and I mean, this is a very Peabody-based show. I mean, that's where we run out of Boston here, and everybody around here loves following your career, and they love basically they're gonna love to hear from you today. So I want to go ahead for the Happy Hour Social Club members, give you a quick thank you for coming on, and we appreciate you taking the time out as you drive to your events that come on and chat with the Social Club members. Thanks a ton. We appreciate it.
Yeah, hell yeah, I appreciate it too. I mean, Peabody's the city that raised me, so pride in Peabody since day one. So always repping it.
Yep. One thing here, anybody who's not familiar with Mr. Rosa here, just so everybody knows, he's a UFC fighter, and I mean, this man has, I mean, truthfully, one thing that I do notice about your career is that they threw you to the lions right away. No walks in the park for you, and especially after coming back from such a tough injury that you had. I mean, you want to tell the people about the neck injury that you did have and how close it was to actually ending the show?
Yeah, I mean, about probably 4 fights into my UFC career, I was having a lot of neck problems, so I suffered a pretty bad neck injury, and went to the doctors, and to get it looked at. Luckily, with the UFC, we have all the best doctors on the planet we have access to. So, I made a trip up to New York and sat down with the doctors, and they basically told me that I should probably retire, hang up the gloves. They told me it was improbable that I would ever fight again. And I remember being in that meeting, like, with my parents were in the room, and it was a really tough meeting. Like, I sat there and like my heart dropped when he said it, like, right away. But one of the words that he said it was improbable. And I said, are you saying improbable or are you saying impossible? Because those are two different things. And he's saying it's improbable, less than a 1% chance. And, I told him that I'm a 1%er, and I told him what I was going to do. I told him I'm going to come back. I'm going to make a comeback, and I'm going to come back, I'm going to fight again, and I'm going to win. And, I'm happy enough that October 18th, for you guys that tuned in Boston Garden, I came back on ESPN, the feature bout on ESPN, and I got a first-round submission victory. So it was a big W for me, and it was a big moment in my life, and it just showed me that never giving up pays off.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, that was a very, very impressive win. I mean, the funny thing is that, I mean, every one of your fights, you go down the line here. I mean, these are against, if you, just a who's who here of your division. I mean, you got Yair Rodriguez, Dennis Siva, Bodniak. I mean, all the way up Bermudez. These are superstars, and I mean, very tough fights. Shane Burgess, down the line, and it's pretty impressive. I mean, you've compiled a 12-win professional career right now, as has your opponent Saturday night. Now, sticking with their theme here of giving you, tough fighters. I mean, this is a pretty tough fight coming up on Saturday night. They got you against Bryce Mitchell, an undefeated fighter, pretty unorthodox. I mean, you must be excited because this is going to be a different type of fight for you. This guy he's kind of all over the place. Is this something you're excited for, or is this just another day in the office?
No, for sure. I mean, every fight, the thing that just to make clear is every fight in the UFC is the hardest fight of your life. I mean, there's no easy fights in the UFC. So every fight is like you're fighting like a title fight. If you go fight a guy from Mexico, you're fighting the number one guy in your weight class in the world from Mexico. If you go to Japan, you're fighting the best Japanese fighter in the world. You're fighting a kid from New York, you're fighting the best kid from New York. You're fighting a kid from Boston. Like, you're fighting the best of the best every fight. So every fight, he's a super tough guy. You know, my matchup coming up is against Bryce Mitchell, Arkansas, the toughest kid from Arkansas. So, you know, we're going to find out May 9th. It's tough for Arkansas or Boston. So, you know, I'll be repping hard for my city, and I'm going to go in there and try to take his head off. I mean, I know he's super tough. He's 12-0, 3-0 in the UFC, undefeated, coming off a submission of the year. So, I mean, the kid's a monster, but, you know, that's what I'm used to fighting. I'm used to fighting monsters, and I'm used to beating them. So I'm going to continue my win streak, and yeah.
I mean, even also, I mean, you're used to adversity anyways. Taking on an undefeated fighter is pretty much almost like a walk in the park for you. I mean, you've dealt with a lot of adversity in your life, from the neck to, you know, adversity when you were younger, things along these lines. I mean, you have come back, and basically everything about your UFC career is a comeback story, in my opinion, which, I mean, basically makes this even more fantastic. I mean, coming back from a neck injury where they say you have pretty much no chance of return, and then you turn it into, I mean, you've been the headliner on ESPN going into fight night. I mean, you fighting in your hometown. You have overcome these odds already. So fighting an undefeated fighter pretty much is what you're used to. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it my whole career. I had 20 amateur fights before too. So, you know, I defended my title 5 or 6 times as an amateur. So, you know, this is my first rodeo. It's not the first time that I've done this. You know, I fought one of the toughest guys I ever fought in my life with Kyle Bochniak. You know, he's from Boston. For those tuning in at home, he's from Gloucester. Super tough kid. Kid was tough as nails. He was 6-0 when I went against him, and I fought him on 4 days' notice because they switched my opponent. But yeah, I mean, man, you know, like I said, there's no easy fights. These guys are all monsters, but you know, that's what you got to be. You got to be the biggest monster, and you got to be the number one guy, and you can be the best you can be every fight. And you know, I'm continuously improving. Work with my coaches. You know, I've worked with my striking coach, Roger Carl, and my jiu-jitsu coach, MMA coach, Charles McCarthy. So constantly improving, and, you know, training at the best gym in the world, American Top Team. So I got all the tools and everything. I just got to go out there and perform.
Absolutely. So, guys, if you want to follow Charles Rosa, you can follow him on Instagram, Charles Rosa MMA. Now, here's a question for you, Charles, and I bring this up, and I kind of don't want to tell people to follow you on Instagram, only due to the fact that I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is a gentleman attended Johnson and Wales University, and pretty much what I was going to bring up is, I mean, you got yourself on now. Here we go. So all the women that start to follow Charles, you got them. Here he is. He's all jacked up, wearing his apron, cooking all these fancy meals. Ladies, don't start expecting that out of all of us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, your teammates must love going for a workout with you and having some of these meals afterwards. That must be something you're pretty. They must be pretty excited when you're around to you take care of, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I love cooking. I also like to teach how to cook. You know, my coach, Charles McCarthy, he teaches me jiu-jitsu. Then he comes over after training, and I teach him how to cook. So I don't have to cook all of his meals. I can cook most of them himself. So he's about like a blue belt now level at cooking. So he's getting there. But, you know, the goal is to get all my friends and people around me to that black belt culinary arts level, so then they can start cooking for me.
I did see you were posting some videos on YouTube as well. Is that something that we can look forward to? Some more of Chef Rosa's meals coming up on YouTube and Instagram?
Yeah, for sure. I just posted episode 1. Like, the UFC gave me a good idea, told me I should start like a cooking channel, so they're going to help me promote it. You know, they wanted me to start it kind of a little bit before this fight, but I wanted to be fully focused on this fight. So after that, I'll get some, extra push in the UFC, and we're going to start like a really cool, like, fighter chef type, like fighter diet type of thing. So
fighter diet.
You guys can look forward to that. Yeah, stuff like that. So you guys can definitely tune in after this fight, and we're going to get that going too. So all good things, all hobbies and things that I love to do. And, you know, I think that's the goal in life, is just to be able to do the things that you love to do, and hopefully make some money off it so you can, you know, do what you want.
Absolutely. So you can go ahead and turn around and enjoy the life that you are. And if you're getting paid to do what you love, I mean, cooking and fist fights are two things that you seem to be pretty into. So
exactly. My 2 favorite things. So that's it. That's what I'm going to do.
So I'll tell you what, when we were actually discussing it offline, and tonight on the Lenny Melnick Fantasy Network, when we have our live show, I will go ahead and be doing a little bit of a breakdown of the card and everything. And I have picked your fight as one of the fights of the night. Is there anything else on the card tonight on the card Saturday night that you think is going to really catch their eyes besides yourself and Bryce Mitchell?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. They're saying this is one of the best cards in the history of the whole game, and it is. You look at it top to bottom, card is completely stacked. You know, you get some title fights top. You get those two heavyweights, which pretty much could be a title fight itself. I mean, I thought those were the two top guys, but it's going to be absolute fireworks. You know, it's going to be, I mean, if I'm able to pull off a bonus and on this card, it's going to be exceptional. I mean, I feel like it should be worth double as much, but we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a pretty amazing card. And I can't wait. You know, I can't wait to fight.
Another friend of Ironclad Martial Arts on the card this week. We got Calvin Kattar versus Jeremy Stevens. I mean, this looks like this could be a pretty interesting fight too. Obviously, Stevens with the one punch power, Kattar, who is more cumulative and I mean basically has some of the best footwork and very quick hands. I mean, I'm sure that Another guy from the Boston area here. I'm sure that you're rooting for Cal. You're rooting for a good fight here out of Calvin and Jeremy.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm rooting for Calvin, man. I definitely want him to win. He's a great fighter, and he's going against a tough veteran and Jeremy Stevens. Jeremy Stevens is a staple guy in the division, super strong, super tough, powerful, dangerous. But I think if Calvin can keep focused, I think he takes him out if he fights smart. But if he gets in that 50-50 war, that's what I would be worried about for Calvin. But yeah, man, I'm always, definitely rooting for the Boston guys when it comes down to it. And I think he's going to take out Jeremy Stevens. I think so too.
They say that this is probably the best card that the UFC's put out since UFC 100. I think this rivals UFC 100. And I'll tell you what, this is a card, with nothing else. I mean, basically the only card. I mean, it's the only sport in town. No one else. There's nothing else on live right now. This is going to be a great take. Everybody's going to be tuning in Saturday night to see you go at it. Any other fights here? I mean, obviously you think that Cejudo versus Dominic Cruz is going to be, that's going to be action packed. The main event looks like, Justin Gaethje, Tony Ferguson. This could be just a total. Gaethje, I don't know. He blocks a lot of punches with his face, but the guy's an animal. Yeah. I don't know how I don't know how that's going to go against Ferguson. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, that fight's going to be an absolute war. I mean, that's what I think. Someone was asking me a prediction. I was talking to someone else and who do you think's going to win? And I've never said this in my whole life, but I think it's crazy sounds. I just think they're going to fight to basically 5 rounds of war. And I just said it. I couldn't pick. I just said draw. If I could see the fight literally going to draw, just because they're going to beat each other up so crazy, it's just going to be you're not going to know who won the fight. So we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely excited for that one. And I get to fight before them, so hopefully I get to watch it live.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Hopefully you get to celebrate afterwards, celebrating a big win, and then you can go ahead and sit back, relax, and watch the rest of the fights on the night. It goes to show you and Bryce Mitchell being on the not on the main card here. it goes to show you the star power on this card. And I'll tell you what, everybody in Boston's going to be going nuts here, hoping that they can, pull out a victory. You have anything here for the fans back here in Peabody and Boston? Everything you want to go ahead and throw out? Give anybody a shout out?
Yeah, man. I just, I definitely just want to, shout out Boston. My nickname Boston Strong, so I'll be repping hard, and definitely tune in. May 9th, it's going to be on ESPN Plus, so you guys can tune in. And I'm going in there to win. I'm taking, all the pride and all the things, the city that raised me, and the streets in Massachusetts where I grew up. So, I'm going in there, and I'm going to be looking for the finish and the kill the whole time. So tune in and watch me shine.
All right, guys. What I want to do real quick before we still got Charles on the phone, we're gonna have to let him go because he has to get to his UFCs. We're gonna pause really quick for a brief word from one of our sponsors, guys. We'll be right back with you. Hey guys, if you know me and you know I'm into fitness, I'm also into really great food. Sadly, sometimes I cannot control my weakness for pizza. We all know that. Great news is our friends at Real Good Foods are lending a helping hand. I can't get enough of their gluten-free, grain-free chicken pizza. Amazing. Only 4 grams of carbs with a whopping 25 grams of protein. Yes, guys, the crust is made of all-natural white meat chicken. Use promo code KINGHAP to save 15%. www.realgoodfoods.com. Guys, go get it. All right, guys, we're back here. We have Charles Rosa. We have to let him go in just a moment here because he's en route to his fight, and we're gonna, guys. When I tell you, he's gonna make everybody really happy here in Boston. You never let us down, big man, because you always go out there and give it 100%. I mean, in the end, what do you think? What do you think we have to look for on Saturday night in your fight? I mean, you think this one's going the distance?
No, this fight's not going the distance. I'm gonna take his head off. I'm gonna try to do it in the first round. He's a pretty tough kid, so. We'll see if he makes it to the second or third round. But, but the way I fight is I'm going for the kill the second the bell rings to the second it ends. So if he's tough enough to survive the storm, then the only person to ever do that in my whole career was Kyle Bochniak. I've had 9 first-round finishes, so we're going to see what this kid's made of. But definitely tune in and find out.
Absolutely. And now one last thing here, and then we'll let you go. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. Is there so where can everybody find you if they want to go ahead and follow you on social media, if you don't mind telling us?
Yeah, if you guys want to follow me, check out, I got my latest fight updates, check out my stories, me cooking and doing all types of things. And also the fight week, there'll be some pretty cool stuff going on. It's the only live major sporting event in the world right now. So you guys can see what my week looks like, the action packed. And you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Charles Rosa MMA. You guys can tune in there. And then you guys want to check out my family charities website, chuckiesfight.com. It's a charity help dedicated to knockout substance abuse. You guys can check out that, tune in, and see it's for a good cause. So definitely tune in May 9th and watch the fight.
We all will be. Big man, I can't thank you enough for coming on the happy hour today. Everybody here is, like I said, we're all big fans of UFC, and we're also all big fan of yours. So basically, for myself, I want to go ahead and thank you from everybody here at the happy hour and wish you the best of luck on Saturday night. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kick it to Abyss to get us out of here. But Charles, is there anything else you want to say to the people before we head out?
Nah, it's good, man. Just tune in May 9th. Watch me shine, all right?
All right, guys. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have Abyss version 1, the happy hour, taking us out of here.
Yeah. Abyss. AbyssHipHop.com. Happy hour. It's the happy hour. It's a short shot. Best spot. Getting on your sports talk. Yeah. Stats at the buzzer. Whatever sport, no hap. Got you covered. It's the happy hour. Here the highlights. He's in the game while the others on them sidelines. It's as buzz as it gets. Half's a pro, but he covers it best. It's nothing but net. Nah. Hear the cheers from the stands. And when we need a ticket, we call that a Joe the Ticket Man. Yeah. Walking to arenas with an entourage. Don't let us catch you up in our seats again. Cause you're dealing with some sports fans. What do we gotta do? Draw it out like a floor plan? Man, never question the roster. Strength is essential from these hand-picked monsters. So, don't sleep, take a no-dose. He's got the word on the street from chokeholds to Pro Bowls. So, where you going for your sports talk? Right here, got it on lock, so snap your door, stop. Happy hour. Dealing with some sports fans.